every precious and fragile thing, hidden truths, and a mother's secret. The salt-laced air of the Rhode Island coast nipped at Mallory's cheeks as she pulled into the familiar driveway. 10 years. 10 years since she'd last seen the rambling Victorian perched on the bluff, a house that held both the brightest and darkest moments of her young life. This impromptu retreat to Havenwood wasn't a homecoming exactly. More like a desperate flight from the wreckage of a life she thought she understood. After the tragic death of one of her young clients, the weight of the world, a burden she usually carried with stoic grace, had become crushing. She needed something. And despite the years of strained silence, her mother's home was the only place that came to mind. Helen Ward stood on the porch, framed by the warm glow of the entryway. Her silver hair was pulled back in a neat bun, and the familiar lines around her eyes deepened as she offered a hesitant smile. Mallory knew that smile. It was the same one Helen gave to her patients at the hospice, a carefully curated mix of compassion and professional detachment. "Mallory," Helen said, her voice a little raspy from years spent comforting the grieving. "It's good to see you." The air inside the house was thick with unspoken words and the lingering scent of potpourri. The house, with its overflowing shelves of antique trinkets and fading photographs, was a tangible representation of Helen's life. A life dedicated to others, to the terminally ill, to the dying. Each object, a gift from a grateful patient or their family, was a silent testament to her unwavering dedication. But within that dedication lay the root of Mallory's resentment. Helen's patients had always come first. The tension between them was palpable. They navigated the familiar spaces with the practiced caution of two strangers sharing a small space. Dinner was a symphony of polite conversation, punctuated by long, uncomfortable silences. Mallory found herself drawn back to memories of her childhood, the solitary hours spent exploring the rocky shoreline while Helen tended to her patients. One afternoon, while aimlessly wandering through the house, Mallory stumbled upon a locked trunk tucked away in the attic. It was ornate and old, inlaid with mother-of-pearl, and seemed completely out of place amongst the dusty boxes and forgotten toys. Curiosity, a trait inherited from her mother, gnawed at her. What secrets did this silent, imposing object hold? Meanwhile, Helen was acutely aware of Mallory's presence, of the unresolved issues that simmered beneath the surface. She longed to bridge the gap that had widened with each passing year. She knew she hadn't always been the mother Mallory needed. But could she now, after all this time, find a way to truly connect? As Mallory grappled with the mystery of the trunk and the unsettling feeling that she was missing a crucial piece of her past, a familiar face reappeared in Havenwood. Someone from Mallory's past. Someone who knew the reasons for her leaving, the heartache she tried to forget. The air thickened with unspoken longing and a sense of dread. Back in the house, amongst the fragile keepsakes and faded memories, a decades-old secret rested just beneath the surface. A secret carefully guarded by Helen. A secret that could either mend the fractured bond between mother and daughter or shatter it beyond repair. Would they find the strength to confront the past and finally understand each other, or would the weight of hidden truths finally break them? As the days passed, Mallory knew one thing for sure. Her fragile hope for reconciliation hung in the balance, as delicate as one of the seashells collected by her mother and just as easily crushed. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more book summaries and insights. Feel free to check out another video or dive into the full playlist you see now for more great book summaries. Click now and keep exploring.